In space, no one can hear you scream. Alien. Yep, that's right. It is time for another marathon. Why? Because Alien Covenant is upon us. So I decided to review every single movie within the Alien franchise leading up to Alien Covenant. And yes, that does include Alien vs. Predator and Alien vs. Predator 2 or Alien vs. Predator Requiem, whatever the hell this piece of shit is called. But now let's talk about the 1979 classic directed by Ridley Scott. And spoiler warning, if you have not seen Alien, go see Alien. Seriously, I mean, why haven't you seen Alien? What the fuck's wrong with you? The film takes place on a mining ship. There's this crew of like 7 or 8 people, and they are on their way back home to Earth when all of a sudden they receive a distress signal. It's coming from this very old rundown alien ship, so they're like, holy shit, this could be our first contact with extraterrestrials, so we have to check it out. Yeah, it's not like that means bad news for everyone. So of course they go check it out. They do find a room filled with eggs when, lo and behold, this weird facehugger creature latches onto John Hurt's face. And on the last night before they're going back home, they're all sitting on the table having supper, and this is when shit really hits the fan. And this is one of the most violent scenes in movie history. John Hurt, yeah, he's awake again. That facehugger thing is dead. And all of a sudden, something bursts out of his chest. And that scene, still, to this very day, is haunting. It is one of the most disgusting death scenes ever put to film. And at the same time, it's awesome. A tiny creature busts out of his chest, runs off, and soon starts to grow. And now it's the crew against this alien. And now we have our movie. One of the most iconic movies of all time. And yeah, this movie has been copied to no end. My friend Sebastian Vandal Martinez from Sci-Fi Night actually did a video on that. I put a link in the description below to his video on alien ripoffs. But this movie really was groundbreaking when it came to horror cinema. And in my opinion, it still holds up terrifically. First of all, let's talk about the atmosphere, because this movie really is all about atmosphere and tension. It builds slowly, admittedly, but once you get to the hardcore stuff, it is so rough, it is so violent, and it is straight up amazing. I love the fact that Alien established its very own universe. And it's one of those films that actually asks a lot more questions than it answers. And nowadays, where the audience is very often spoon-fed the answers to every single mystery, back in the day, that was not the case. And this is what I love about this film, because you do not know where this derelict alien ship came from. You do not know what these space jockeys actually are. You do not know what these facehuggers mean. And you don't even know how these aliens operate. You just know it's an evil alien and it wants to kill you. That's all. And the cast is awesome. Every single member of the crew is actually a relatable person. Because normally if you have a movie about a crew that is being hunted and picked off one by one, you want them to die because you want to have your fun death scenes. This time, however, you're rooting for the team because they're interesting people. And this movie throws you a couple curveballs, because at the beginning of the film, the star of the movie is actually the captain of the ship. He is such a typical action hero, and he is one of the first crew members to die. I remember when I first saw that, I was like, okay, I absolutely did not see that coming. This was the point where I thought to myself, everyone could die. Turns out Sigourney Weaver is actually the main character. Yes, Ellen Ripley makes her first appearance in that film. Also, Ian Holm is in it, and he is an asshole. Yeah, turns out he is actually an android who was sent there by the company they're all working for in order to bring back the alien, even if that means killing the entire crew. Yeah, he's a huge asshole, and the big revelation where milk just pops out of him, yeah, it's disgusting as hell. It's cool, it's creepy, it adds so much more to the atmosphere, and it adds so much more to the entire alien lore, because these companies are way more fucked up than the actual alien creatures. This is something that I also love about this film. And the last 25 or 30 minutes where it's just Ripley against the alien, it's awesome. And by the way, I would absolutely recommend for you to see the director's cut of this film, because there's one specific sequence where we find out what happened to the captain of the crew, and where the claustrophobic elements of being alone on a ship with that thing just shine through so much more. It's so intense, it's so great. And yeah, when Ripley finally makes use of the airlock to get rid of that thing, you're all like, yeah, she and the cat are the only crew members to make it through alive. Reviewing a movie like that is really hard because it is so beloved, but I believe it is beloved for a very good reason. It was groundbreaking when it came to the creature design, because the alien itself is still, to this day, in my opinion, the most disgusting creature of all time. And the way it affects you, there is this sense of violation. There is this sense of sexual violation, because these facehuggers, I mean, just the thought of these creatures freaks me out. They actually place an egg inside your body. They're literally violating and raping you, and then something bursts out of your chest. That idea is frightening as hell. The characters are interesting. The sets, the props, everything works and still holds up surprisingly. I saw that movie like 2 weeks ago and I still love it. Alien absolutely gets the gold medal. Seriously, it's one of those movies that still holds up. It's one of those movies that makes me feel old, because I'm like, they don't make them like this anymore. It's suspenseful, has a great mythology, great lore, great characters. It gave us Ripley, and Ripley became so much cooler in the sequel that I will discuss very soon. And it gave us one of the most terrifying creatures of all time. The mixing of horror and science fiction was never better than it was in Alien. It was done, and it was done to perfection. So Alien, what are your thoughts on this classic? Do you like it? Do you think it's overrated? Do you hate it? Let me know in the comment section below. And thank you guys, as always, for watching. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then just subscribe.